Hi friends and fellow earth angels, it's Gladys and welcome back to another one of my pick a card readings. And this reading today will focus on divine mission, life purpose. It could be career oriented. I've been wanting to do this reading for a while and I just kind of woke up and was like, today's the day. So the topics that you can choose from is I believe in you, follow your heart, and one day at a time. So trust your intuition. I'm going to pull cards on camera. And the cards I'll be using today is Life Purpose Oracle cards. And that'll be like the start. That'll be like the topic for that reading. And then we'll get into the power of surrender. And this will be like what may be a block or what might be something to focus on and surrender so that you can move forward on your spiritual journey. Then we'll tap into the essence of your soul and what your soul wants you to know with the Soul's Journey cards. And then we'll tap into abundance and the outcome and what money looks like and the lessons and the experiences you need to know about money. And then we'll finish with an Archangel Michael message. So Archangel Michael is the guardian of light. He is the angel that oversees the earth angels of the planet, and his mission is to protect us. So if you can think of him as like our bodyguard. So I will finish with a message from him. So if you're not interested in watching to see how I pull cards, feel free to skip ahead. The timestamps is in the description below, along with links and how to get in touch with me, a little more about me, following me on social media, etc. So let's start with the I Believe in You pile. So life purpose message for the I Believe in You pile. What's the most important thing? Oh, there we go. And follow your heart. Life purpose message for follow your heart. This one has two. These cards are coming fast. I feel like they got a lot to say. And one day at a time. One day at a time, pile. Here we go. And let's see. Let's go into. All right. What does the I Believe in pile need to surrender into? Surrender. I Believe in You pile. And follow your heart. Wow. Okay. That's another two. And one day at a time. Regards to life purpose, mission. Let's go with them. And what your soul wants you to know for the I Believe in You pile. And follow your heart. And one day at a time. Wow, whoa. That literally flew out. Okay. And abundance, money. What does the I Believe in You pile need to know about money? And follow your heart. And one day at a time. And finally, what is the Michael message? Michael, what message do you have for the I Believe in You pile with regards to life purpose, career, money? Wow. Okay. I think this is the fun part of, if you're with me, I think this is the fun part of this reading, is to watch and seeing how the cards fly out and then how they unfold. So the follow your heart pile. Michael, what message do you have for the follow your heart pile? So I'm going to pull this one. This one actually came in upside down, so I'm just going to pull that one. And then one day at a time. And there's another one upside down. That's so funny. Because most of them, look at that, most of them are all right side up. And those two wanted to come out. All right, wow. So, let me get them in order. Okay, so if you stayed with me up until this point, maybe you already know. I'll give you a couple seconds to tune in. Once again, I believe in you. Follow your heart one day at a time. All right, and our intention is to get messages that'll bring us back to our happy place. Okay, so for those of you who chose the I believe in you pile, welcome. Glad you're here. And let's begin. So the life purpose card that was pulled is flowers. And the message says, working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessing to others throughout your life purpose. So immediately, what a message I'm getting with this card is femininity. So flowers represent growth, expansion, beauty. Remember, all flowers come from the tiniest seed. So I almost feel like this is symbolic in a way too of like your life purpose right now is flowering. So again, as a general reading, there could be multiple ways to take this. So some of you may be guided to work with nature. That might be a life purpose. But I think a lot of the earth angels who are working with this it's like the angels are saying that your life purpose is flowering. You may have planted some seeds. I keep seeing the picture of Miracle-Gro. And I've said this in other readings that I feel like God is getting ready to turn the ignition and like give us the Miracle-Gro, and like so our life purpose starts to expand in miraculous ways. He's about to use us as his miracles to shine a light on the planet, really to kind of awaken our own souls. And so think about the energy of the flowers. Flowers bring beauty, they bring softness, they bring color in the world. And I think the masculine energy, it embodies a black and white energy. It embodies like a structure and a stability that is absolutely definitely a part of what we need. And then I feel like the feminine energy embraces the color. So I think this is why masculine and feminine energy together is so powerful. And again, this doesn't mean boy, girl. It just means the embodiment of the masculine and feminine within us. So we need structure, we need order, we need a stability and a foundation, which is very black and white and analytical. But then there's this feminine energy that brings color. And think about how flowers just brighten up a room. And so one of the messages I'm guided to say is that you right now are that color for people in your life. You are that femininity. You are that radiance, that magnetic energy. And again, if you're a man or a woman listening to this message, it's about tapping into the essence of creativity. It's allowing your own inner feminine to grow and expand and to be creative, but also to be nurturing. So flowers are very delicate. I usually say like I'm a delicate flower, but I'm strong and resilient. So there's a lot of strength in flowers. Like think about outside when you have your plants and what they endure, and they still continue to grow. It's very symbolic of the earth angel energy and the earth angel journey that we've been on. So I think that's what your guides want to say about that, is understand that, you've planted seeds and you are the miracle that's continuing to grow, push up through the ground, and creating love and beauty in the world. So what your guides would like you to surrender. Oh, perfect. Surrender to the magic of who you are, right? This softness, this gentleness, this nurturing part of you. And again, I cannot speak enough, is like, look at all the beautiful flowers, right, in this picture. So her message says, we all have magic in us. Even in the mundane aspects of life, remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. That is so beautiful. So, the I believe in you. I feel like I need to speak to the self-esteem part of you. And as I just said that, I looked at the clock, it was 11:11. I feel like I need to speak to the self-esteem part of you. So again, if you're a man or a woman watching this, you may have been in families and friendships where people didn't believe in you. Or maybe people kind of shot down, like maybe your sensitivity or the person that you are. Maybe they've shot down your own intuition. And I feel like God is saying, like, I'm about to pour Miracle Grow, and I need you to believe in yourself and surrender into the magic of who you are. Not what everybody wants you to be. There's a lot of breakdown of programs and old beliefs and old ways of doing things. And we're really getting to the core and the essence of who am I? Who am I without these people, places, things, and ideas that I've held on to for so long? And know that you're flowering into this beautiful magnetic being. And I have to say, I pray there are more men watching this channel, because the masculine energy has such a gift on this planet. And those masculine energies that are embracing their own intuition, that are incorporating their own creativity, is powerful. It shifts a vibration in miraculous ways. So, I feel like the masculine energy, has had it hard as well, because there are these expectations of what you should be and what you should do. And maybe even your own inner masculine, has been a bully and has been a critic, and there's this damage with it. So connecting with that part of you can give you more clarity about who you are and what you've come here on this planet, and then how to get there. Your inner masculine will help you with the step-by-step process to achieve your goals, but it'll come through your creative. It'll come through your own intuition. And I'll tell you, Spirit is speaking loud. The divine is coming forth in messages and signs and symbols. My Sunday reading that I just did, I talked about the fours and I talk about the numbers, and I love that you're putting in the comments that you're seeing these numbers, because that's how it works. I always say nobody sees God, but nobody's seen God, but everybody sees God. And that's what I mean about intuition, and really tapping into the presence of what's happening in the moment and into the magic of who you are. When those seeds are planted, you don't really know. And it's through nurturing, it's through the water, it's through the self-care that you're actually blossoming right now into this beautiful flower. So what message do your soul have for you? Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. I love it. So this idea that you're going to be asked to step forward and share your story, bringing your light to the planet regardless of the resistance that you might get from it, is what your soul is sharing with you. You're in the space right now of finding this inner strength to face the fear with confidence. And this could be taking a leap. I know many people who are in the process of leaving jobs, who have been going through health scares, who are rebuilding after a catastrophe in their life. Maybe there's been, maybe you've left a relationship and there's these major transitions right now. And this is giving you an opportunity to tap into the essence of who you are. Not who you were 5 years ago, or not even who you were last year. We're in a very new vibrational energy right now. And nobody can really tell you. People can comfort you, they can support you, they can teach you, they can inspire you, but only you really know your own truth. And I feel like your soul is saying, courage, be courageous to take one step after another and put your projects, take that leap of faith and go out into the world. The planet needs that. It needs more of an example. With law of attraction, it can feel like, if you're watching these readings and you're in an environment where there's a lot of people who are intuitives and doing readings and things, that's like law of attraction, but it can feel like everybody's doing it. But I'll tell you, there's a very small fraction of people who are authentically sharing the messages of love and light. And, if you're watching my channel, I've no doubt you're part of that high vibration of unconditional love, because you're going to feel it as truth. You're going to be like, yes, I feel this. This is who I'm coming into. I'm developing in this beautiful energy, and I'm courageous and I'm strong. It's no coincidence that it's this purple energy, which is your third eye, which is your psychic insight. If you haven't watched my Sunday reading this week, stay to the end or fast forward to the end. It'll be on the screen. And I talk about this. I talk about spiritual insight. I talk about your third eye and tapping into your own intuitive gifts. It's powerful. So you're going to need the courage to move forward on an idea and an experience, an aha moment that you have that not everybody's going to understand. And the divine believes in you. So what do they have to say about money? Okay, so as you follow this process, guess what you're in for? Bountiful nature. Once again, more flowers. So I feel like I'm guided to tell you to go out and get some flowers. Get some flowers and be reminded of how beautiful they are. I love like Trader Joe's or something. They always have like an eclectic group of flowers. Or maybe it's a plant. Maybe you're not a flower person. And to get something that's growing around you that you have to nurture and take care of. Or maybe this is a message for some of you. Go water your plants. Or go outside and enjoy your garden and just kind of sit in nature. So the message here says, spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or a hike with your pet, meditate beneath a tree garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness. So the beautiful thing here, again, these colors, they're all kind of in sync here. So, and it's funny because Michael is an embodiment of like royal blue, royal purple. I feel like spiritual people resonate with the royal purple part of Michael, and like the masculine, like police and military law enforcement resonate with the royal blue part of Michael. So I love that these colors are coming in the way they are. But basically they're saying they don't want you to do anymore. They want you to be. Remember, patience is something that the collective is learning right now, right? There are so many of you out there who are waiting for the health, who are waiting for the relationship, who are waiting for the job, who are waiting for the money, and in this place. And so shift it into an idea of patience. Flowers don't just grow overnight. It takes a process, and being in bountiful nature can actually remind you of the journey that you've been on, the process that you've been in, and really being able to take some time to appreciate how far you've come and giving yourself a pat on the back. I mean, you have done some major inner work, lots of shadow work going on. And I feel like this is about where you're now getting ready to like pop out. Your radiance and your beauty is about to take form and to surrender into it, in the magic of who you are, and in your radiance and your beauty. It's not necessarily physically, but it's like owning your power. I own this gift that I have. I have this gift to be able to support people on their soul journey, to be able to read things and be able to touch people in a way with my words, and the way the divine channels through me. It's powerful. It's taken me a long time to own that and truly embrace it. And it's only been this last year that I have, and I can tell you it is magnificent and it's powerful and it's strength. There's an inner strength that comes from within, and I take time to like really like embody that and sit with it. So when you're out in nature, take a break and go sit and just see like the beautiful part of what life has to offer. I was just in Newport And I was able to sit by the water, and dragonflies were everywhere, and they were like swooping in front of us, and they were fluttering around us. And I felt like such peace being able to just sit and play with nature and letting the ocean waves. I went to go stand up near the edge, near like where I was. It was like an edge that kind of like went over a cliff. And I went to go stand on the edge, and it was so crazy. As I stood there, the waves got louder and louder. It was almost like, I don't know if the waves were telling me to just step back, or if it was like excited that I was there, but it was like my intuition of nature welcoming me and acknowledging me, and it was just so soothing and powerful. And I feel like those of you who chose this pile, maybe things have been rough, maybe you've been critical, maybe things have been hard, and I feel like the message is they want you to relax into the flow of things, going with the flow, following the days into the weeks, into the months, and in truly accordance with how you feel. And so Michael's final message, wow, this is your life's purpose. I love it. And look, he's got the world here. I love it. Just embodying this, embracing this world. That's your life purpose. Just sending love. And as this card just said, go out into bountiful nature. And as you're playing with nature, it's like you're filling up. So the message of the card says, Archangel Michael, you know the details of my divine life purpose, and I ask you to help me be aligned with my goals. Please clearly guide my actions so that I'm taking the best steps to fully manifest my wonderful and meaningful career. I mean, this couldn't be any more perfect. And if you didn't watch how they flew out, this card literally flew out and fell on the floor, and the camera jostled because I was going around the camera. And so it was almost like he was like, yes, all of this. So you don't have to be slaving away to be living your life purpose. Just becoming magnetic and beautiful and radiating that love out into the world. Sometimes it's maybe it's some of you sending that love to the planet. I know there's a lot going on with the Amazon forest right now, and there's a lot going on with the planet and the changes, and so it's creating a lot of fear within people. And one of the most amazing ways that you can shift that is going out in nature, appreciating it, and just really sending love. This is what Archangel Michael needs us to do right now. And so whether you're out in the world offering a hand or a kind smile or letting somebody go at an intersection, these are the minor ways that you can help the planet, which is part of your life purpose. Like, you've come here to be a caregiver, to be of service to others, but not in a way that you're like giving to the takers, not in a way where you're expending all your energy and feeling tired, depleted, and drained. Be the light. That's the message that I'm getting. Be and embody the light. And so for those of you, I'm going to leave this here for a second. So some of you, you might really resonate with this prayer. So what I would recommend is pausing this video or screenshotting it. And being able to, on a regular basis, if you're really struggling with your life purpose, or you're struggling like where you fit in the world, it's not about more that you have to do. It's about being present and calling on the divine, asking them for their assistance to show you. So again, if you're depleted and you're like, I don't know what to do, there's not anything else, I've done everything and I'm so maxed and nothing's happening, I feel like Michael is saying, call on me and I will lead the way for you. So like I said, screenshot this, and just for the next week, maybe the next week, you say this prayer. And really, it's okay to have even faith the size of a mustard seed, right? That's how it worked for me. I remember after the first reading that I had, I remember getting in the car really kind of doubtful and saying, all right, God, if this is real, show me. If this is real, prove it. And now here I am 12 years later working for quote unquote the man, right? And so I know Archangel Michael has led me. He's been a very big guide in my life. And so I feel like the angels are saying, like, if you're in that place of doubt and you're really stuck right now, what do you got to lose? Every morning or every night, say this prayer to the Archangel Michael and you'll be amazed how your life unfolds. Wow. I love that. That was such a beautiful reading. And here's this purple color again, right? So we have the third eye, we have the crown chakra energy, and then we have the green and pink, which represents the heart chakra. So working with your upper, it's crazy. So your upper chakras, your throat, your third eye, and your crown are your feminine chakras. Your heart is the balance between the masculine and feminine. And your lower chakras, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, and your root are the masculine chakras. And I feel like this reading is asking you to tap into the essence of your upper chakras. And it's not about doing, it's about being. And really, you've got to make the space for yourself. You are worth it. All right. So those of you who watched the I Believe in You pile, thank you for watching. If you were watching and you feel like this resonates with somebody that you know, that you love, please share this video with them. Again, working together here in shining a light and expanding this energy out. All right, so thank you for watching. Okay, so those of you who chose the Follow Your Heart pile, welcome. I love it. It says, follow your heart to your happy place. All right, so we have 2 life purpose cards that came out here. So the first one is Heart's Desires. Love it. And so the message says, the angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. I love it. And so the next card is Justice. Oh my God, I love this. I'm already getting a ton of messages. So the card says, your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. So instantly, I'm guided to the justice scale here and balance. I'm just gathering my thoughts. Hold on a second. It's like I'm like split between the messages here. So I want to go to the Heart's Desires. I feel like one of the messages I'm getting, and again, it's a general reading, so take what resonates. This may not resonate with everybody. I'm feeling like some of you, again, follow your heart's desires. I'm feeling like some of you might be guided, like you're getting ready to embark on your heart's desires, but you may be getting resistance and it feels unfair. Maybe you have people in your life who don't believe in you. Maybe yourself. Maybe you're being challenged with following your own heart and believing in yourself. I keep coming back to this fairness and protection. And I feel like the divine is going to work with you right now to balance the scales. So for me, this almost feels like the scales is tipped. You may be ignoring your heart's desires and doing all the things of like let's say the 3D world, the have-tos, the shoulds, the responsibilities. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe you're ignoring the heart's desires and you're in the mind, that mental part that's saying, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Or people are saying like, this is more logical, this is more reasonable, and it almost feels out of balance. And again, follow your heart's desires. It's no coincidence that they came in this way to your happy place. This is our happy place. So I feel like you're being guided to your happy place, but some of you might be getting resistance. Some of you might be, again, it's kind of like, it feels like I get this image of somebody trying to run, but there's like a bungee cord on the back and like somebody is holding the rope and you can't fully go towards your heart's desires. So calling on Archangel Michael and asking him to cut those cords. You can't cut cords of love, but again, it could be your own self. It could be your own inner masculine, or it could be your own inner feminine if you're procrastinating, putting things off, or if you're in that critic or that bully, or some of you might be working on developing your own inner strength to move towards your heart's desires, which is part of your life purpose. Also, too, some of you who chose this card, you maybe take up a cause. You might start, I don't want to say organization, but you might start a group, or you might take part in something that you believe in. And part of your life purpose is maybe following that cause. There are so many causes out there right now, especially like those that are helping the planet, those that are helping like farmers markets and the food on the planet. Some of you are working towards like the education system. Maybe you're in the healthcare system, and maybe you're here to bring justice and fairness. Maybe you've been in those jobs and having those experiences and seeing the injustice and fairness. And in a way, you can actually report that to God, and God is actually using you as the vibration to know what's going on the planet. So just sitting down and having those conversations and saying, God, I wish for the children to have a better education, or I wish for the planet to be more cautious about, waste. Maybe it's recycling. Maybe it's a cause that you want to donate to, and this is your mission, is kind of like shining a light and bringing the attention to that cause, because like I said, that justice scale seems unbalanced. So you might be in an industry, or you might be in a field that's very out of balance right now, and maybe you're being guided to speak up. Maybe you're being guided to use your voice or follow that path. Maybe like your time is done in those situations and those experiences, and this may be a message, because something might come up for you, a cause, something for you to be part of, maybe something you believe in, and you might just start working towards that, which awakens your heart and saying, yes, this is what I'm here for. This is the mission. I keep seeing the message of God, like igniting our light, like turning that ignition and us becoming alive with light and vibration to kind of be the light and be the example of love on this planet. So what the divine wants you to surrender into, amazing. So surrender your addictions. So the message here says, whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. So one of the questions I want to ask is, what is pulling you away from what you know to be true in your heart? Maybe you haven't had an idea. Again, maybe to work on a project, or to create something, or make something, and to be part of something, but there's something else that keeps coming along that keeps taking your attention. Maybe it's TV, maybe it's a person, maybe it's your own self-doubt, maybe it's drama. I'm going to say the truth here, that you need to walk away from. This could be a person in your life who maybe is struggling with addictions too, and maybe you're drawn into that energy. And it's like, what keeps being repeated? What are the patterns that keep happening over and over again? And again, you're working so much towards this imbalance that it's taking you away from your heart's desires. It's taking you away from your happy place. And this is where it's saying, follow your heart to those things that bring you joy. Because the second card I pulled to surrender into is complete healing. So it's no coincidence that God is bringing up the shadow here of addictive tendencies, but also asking you to surrender into complete healing. Because what will happen, so you got to ask yourself, how is this serving me? If you're in a place where you're not happy and you're here because you don't know what your life purpose is and you don't know where you're going, if you're in a place and asking yourself and just kind of reflecting on, it's like, okay, what am I getting from this? What is it that is making me feel important? What is it that's making me feel the drive to keep in this? And really, it's your own personal answer. There really is no right or wrong, but sometimes just that inquiry itself can open up, like, okay, how is this serving me? Well, I like my life the way it is. I'm not completely happy, but I'm provided for, so I'm just going to stay in this. And then what happens is you realize, okay, I'm not happy doing this. And so surrendering into complete healing for me, it almost like surrender to the will of God. She's got her arms open here and the light is behind her and it's radiating at her. And I feel like God is saying, surrender into complete healing, which is surrendering into his unconditional love. So the message itself on the card says, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So maybe this is coming up. And for me, I almost feel like another, like when I read this, I also am getting like procrastination as well, self-sabotage, diversion. I'm getting like addictions with overwhelm. And sometimes it's just recognizing it and saying, yep, I'm in that space. Yep. Facing it. It's almost kind of like facing the reality, because when you do, then you can uncover your heart's desire. So what are you ignoring? What are you pretending is not happening? Face this shadow, whatever it is, because that's very feminine. It's being able to go into the shadow and being able to heal. It's the part of the yin yang. It's the dark part, though, the black part of the yin yang, right? And so I feel like this is, maybe a lot of you are in the shadow right now, and it could, again, it's emotional expression. Maybe it's self-doubt. Maybe it's not trusting yourself or your own inabilities. And God is saying, come back to me and surrendering to complete healing. This is where it is. And from there, you uncover and unravel all this stuff, and you get your justice. You get to the point of your heart's desires. So what your soul wants you to know, failure. And again, that could be a fear that's come up for some of you. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So maybe some of you have felt like you failed. Again, there's this part of maybe, like I said, somebody in your life is going down a spiral and you're feeling like a failure, like you can't fix them and save them, like, oh, how can I do this work when I can't even help A, B, C, and D, or I can't even help myself, or things like that. That's this ugly part of this stuff that we need to clear out. Remember, challenges are an opportunity to grow. And, with the illusion of failure, it's almost like you can get that clarity of like, okay, nope, this is not it. What can I move towards? And then surrendering into this energy. You can do this right in your own home. You can pull over on the side of the road and you can sit by a body of water, or you can open up your windows and sit and listen to the bird. You can do this anywhere. And I'm hearing that God wants you to say, I surrender it to you, God, when you're in this space, when you're in this place. Again, it could be you or somebody else that you're involved with. And being able to say, I surrender it, God. I am open to this miracle. And remember, God's using us He's using us to bring these miracles into the world. We're going to be embodying these miracles. Miraculous things are going to happen. And it's part of us balancing the scales. For people who have written God off, who are idolizing, like, I say idolizing Hollywood athletes and musicians. It's like they've really gotten kind of sucked into that space. So I feel like for those of you who chose this pile, God is saying, come out of that and go higher. And there is no failure when you're here. There absolutely not at all is no failure when you're here. It's all about learning and up-leveling and growing. So money. So what they want you to know about money, awesome. It's safe for you to receive. The message says, the more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. And again, this is in a space, if you've been giving so much of yourself, it finishes where it says, open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. Again, this is my perfect example of God working through us. God is invoking these miracles. It's like the miracle grow. I keep seeing that. Like he's about to like water down like blessings and gifts, because remember, you've been in a hard place. You've been challenged, and I feel like God, people have been watching you. People have been in this space and they've been watching your journey. And I feel like God's getting ready to use you to show you the miracle and the miraculous part of his energy and how powerful he is. And all you have to do is be open to receiving. It's not this. Maybe you've felt like this, or maybe you've followed your heart's desires and it didn't work out the way you thought it was, and it's failure. You really have to trust into surrender that God does know best. I mean, I can't even tell you how many bouts I've had with God, and it's not fair, and why not me, and the envy or the jealousy or the frustration and anger. But I truly believe now that I'm coming out on the other side for now, as I'm coming through it, I'm seeing like, gosh, I almost had to go through those experiences because of those experiences, I learned so much more about myself. Because of those challenges that I had, I was guided to a spiritual mentor. I was guided to a support system of people who had the knowledge and wisdom. And again, it was part of me being open to receiving help, to receive support. Not that I couldn't do it myself, but being able to tap into the essence of other people's gifts to support me on my journey has been amazing, because I was getting nowhere on my own and just being angry about things and envious and crying all the time. I mean, I am a triple Cancer, so it's not uncommon, but I've done a lot of inner work where I've actually really embraced this part of who I am, and it has come from receiving from the divine, being open to ask for guidance and support and assistance, knowing the right people where I'm at. So sometimes I need to just go out and have a good time. I was just at a concert at an Xfinity Center that was amazing. Other times it's leaning on my support system, my friendships, catching up, going out to dinner and lunches. And sometimes it's getting in my bed. I have soft sheets. I have a nice comfy down comforter. I have my doggy. I've got a body pillow that I sleep in. And so I'm all snuggled up. And sometimes that's me receiving as well, my nurturing energy. So ask yourself, face what's not working for you. Where are the injustices, the imbalances? Don't get stuck there. Acknowledge it. Surrender into the complete healing. Know that this is something that you're moving through, and it's only an opportunity to learn and getting back to your heart's desires. You may not know what that is yet, but it will unfold one day at a time. And where do you see this? On top of all this, as you do this, acknowledge these heart's desires. As you're open to receiving complete healing from the divine, Michael says a favorable outcome. Amazing. There's the balance. Oh my gosh, friends, look at this. The scales here are balanced. Is that amazing? It's another justice scale. Look at. So here's where you were. And as you understand this and move through this, surrender into complete healing, you go into this. That is amazing. Amazing. I hope you're feeling this. This is incredible. And it's funny because it's almost like beautiful energy is being given to both here. So you've got to work on balance, on giving and receiving. So this is a message for some of you who have been giving way too much, and you've been giving to the takers, because really when you give to the takers, it'll never be enough. So you give to the people who want to receive. Like, so for example, when I do my work, I'm giving. And again, also too, in these readings, it brings me so much joy to gift you with these readings and these messages, because I know that you're going to receive them wholeheartedly, and then you're going to fill up on that energy, and then you're going to go out and be the light. You're going to go out and shine your smile and your gifts to the world, and that is the beautiful part of this vibration. So Michael's prayer says, thank you for the beautiful outcome to this situation, which is perfect and fair for everyone involved. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me trust and have faith. So again, this gets back to the injustices, the unfairnesses, the inability because of this and this, whether it's yourself or others, to get to your heart's desires, and the action really is to surrender into complete healing through receiving from the divine. So I would encourage you to maybe pause this video here, or maybe and either write down this prayer and say it every day, at least for the next week. If like I said, you're going through something that's not fair, or you haven't been able to get out of your own way, and you truly really want to feel your own joy and happiness, screenshot this and just say this on a regular basis. It's going to be powerful for you. It'll be amazing. So Archangel Michael sends sirens, fire trucks, ambulances, cop cars. It means help's on the way. You're not alone. So this is a big, giant exclamation point where God says, I know, I see you, I love you, and there's a favorable outcome or miracle on their way. All you have to do is surrender into complete healing and receive my love and light. Wow. So beautiful. I feel like there was a lot of truth in that. I mean, it's not always fluffy. Sometimes we just have to see it for what it is and its ugliness. But there's always a way to move through it. I love it. Okay, so those of you who've been... Sorry, let me finish what I'm doing. Those of you who chose Follow Your Heart, thank you for watching. And if you are watching and you've thought of a friend or somebody that you love that could really benefit from these messages as well, please share. Like the video. Comment your story or how the message really supported you. That's always helpful. Or always leave me some hearts. I love hearts in the comments. All right. So for those who chose the one day at a time pile, welcome. It's a cloudy day here. It's dark. Okay, so the first message, nutrition. I know some of you who are watching this are probably like, of course. And probably those of you who are watching this don't really necessarily want to hear it, but no. And I have to say, nutrition is an industry and a field right now on life purpose that we desperately need more of. So it says you conduct healing work through your culinary skills. So twofold. This message is for some of you who have been on a health healing journey, and part of your life purpose may be teaching other people the knowledge and wisdom you have from your own healing journey. It may be about like foods, it might be recipes, it might be like what you've gone through. I mean, we have social media now that can be really powerful with getting your message out there and your story out there. This is also a message to some of you who maybe you haven't been the healthiest and eating a better diet. I should scratch that, cancel, delete that. Eating better quality foods can actually support your own intuition and your own inner guidance to a whole new level. So any type of processed foods, any any foods with like the chemicals, the preservatives, natural flavors, citric acid, the dextrose, a lot of those things for caregivers and earth angels. I'm not saying for everybody, but for earth angels, those types of foods can be really harmful for our bodies because we're so sensitive. So like I said, I feel like this message is twofold. Some of you, your life purpose may be you've been on a journey with your health, and it might be time to start blogging about it and sharing the information or the recipes that you know, maybe creating classes because people have been watching your story. But also, too, if you've been feeling stuck on your life purpose and your journey, this could be a pathway, especially to enhance your intuition. Now, I have to say, when I started my work as an intuitive, I was eating chocolate and drinking caffeine and eating red meat and all the things that they say you should stay away from. And I was still channeling, but I have to say, since I've made some major adjustments in my diet and I eat a predominantly fruits and vegetables and grains diet, my intuition and my confidence and my self-esteem has boosted like tenfold, because I was a person who struggled with eating disorders most of my life. I still do in a lot of ways. I don't know if that ever really goes away, but I've done a lot of inner work on it, and I feel like I'm in a much better place. But I have to attribute it to my diet change. And you know, I hesitate using the word diet because it's not about restriction. It's not about you can't have this, you can't have that. You just don't need it. It's not helping you in any way, you know? So insanity is continuing to do the same thing over and over and over and getting the same result that you don't like. So I feel like this is coming up in a way for you to make some adjustments. Minor adjustments make a huge change in the long run, and that's why I feel it says one day at a time. It's not about going on this crazy diet where you're restricting so many things and then you end up rebelling and going back to it. It's like minor adjustments. And that's what I had to do. It started with me eliminating soda. I love Diet Coke. And that was definitely an addiction. And then I had to make adjustments with sugars and dairy and meat and all those things. And it's been at least a 5 or 6 year journey. I think my major diet change into like a more vegetarian based or pescatarian based diet started in 2013. So here I am like 6 years later, and I'm just now seeing the benefits, you know? So I want to tell you that it's a step-by-step process. And especially if you don't live in an environment that's supporting like your new way of eating. But I can tell you, when your body is kind of cleansed of that stuff and you're really being nourished by plants and fruits and vegetables and grains and healthy meats, you know, if that's what your body needs, you can really grow and flourish in a lot of ways. So what your guides want you to surrender is the idea you can fix someone. So again, getting in the nutrition field, sharing information comes from a place of wanting to support people, but not going to the idea of fixing people and saving them and changing them and making them better. So the message of the card says it's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So if this is something about your own nutrition and your own physical health, you've really got to embrace the journey with yourself and not maybe force somebody, or maybe not pressure somebody to do it the way you do it or do it with you. Let me see here. So being in this space as a caregiver that's fixing, saving, changing, and making everybody better, it could be pulling you away from your own health. And maybe that's the pathway right now. Maybe that's a pathway on like career and life purpose, is to get back into taking care of yourself. And from there, more will come. I can't even tell you how many people I know who went through like a health scare, or they had an injury or something and they were guided to physical therapy, or they were guided to a nutritionist or a dietitian, or they were guided to making adjustments, and then it became their life. I mean, I was a paralegal sitting in a law firm doing real estate in the first part of my life. hating my job, hating where I was. And it was through that experience that I found my life purpose. You know, it was through that experience that I started to explore spirituality and saying, I'm 25 years old. There's got to be more to this than this, slaving away at this job that I hate. Now, it was a great job for the right person. It just was not for me. And so sometimes these challenges and these difficulties, maybe you've got a difficult person in your life, or you've had a difficult experience, and being able to pull back from that and saying, okay, it's because of that you've been able to explore other ways. It's through, like, maybe you lost somebody to a health challenge. Maybe they didn't take care of themselves, and now you're being guided to this. You know, we all get into these fields because we have our own story. So I feel like you're on a process. You need to take things one day at a time. And so maybe not necessarily rush the process or rush into what's my life purpose and what do I need to be doing. Sometimes self-care and sometimes self-reflection and inner work leads you to your life purpose and where you're supposed to be. That's what happened to me. I didn't always know I could do this. I literally fell into it. I mean, I know now it's my calling. I know now my chart is all divinely guided to do this, but it's like I had to go through the challenges, and it was through difficult people that I found my way. So I'm grateful for them, but they can also go away now. So what your soul wants you to know. Fear. Again, this could be scary, walking away from or shifting things or embarking on something like, can I do it? And so the message says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So I have to say, if you're not happy where you are, things have to change. Oh my gosh. And I just looked at my clock and it was 55:55. 55s are all about change. I mean, that couldn't have come any more perfect in alignment. So some of you may be in this fearful place. And that's why I said, if you're prone to overwhelm, which I can certainly be too, your guides are saying, pull back and take things one day at a time. Today, my bills are paid. Today, I'm taking care of my health. Today I have this job or I have this responsibility, or if it's a project or something that you want to put out there into the world, but you're afraid to do it, take it one step at a time. Get what you need, kind of put things together, start writing or start kind of coming up with like a plan. And one thing will eventually lead to another, which will eventually lead you to your happy place. So what do your guides want you to know about money? Awesome. Successful funding. So again, if this is a leap of faith, especially into this field or in a field that's going to be of service to others with regards to their health, not going into it that you want to fix them, save them, change them, make them better. What you can do, because that's going to create more fear. You're gonna attract people who want you to fix them and save them and change them, and the frustration is going to be that they're not making the changes. So if you can shift that energy into being open to comforting people, supporting them, teaching them, inspiring them to live their best life, this is where we get successful funding. I love it. So the message here says, your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to help you. I love it. So if you don't want to embark on this journey because it's overwhelming and it seems like a lot, and where's the money going to come from, and all the fear that's coming into it, or maybe you've got to fix somebody in your family to believe and be on board with what you want to do. The universe is saying right here, successful funding. There are many ways, and really opening your heart to receiving, saying, God, I'm open to receiving how you're going to assist me in making this happen. Remember, God has an infinite bank. Tap into that. And Michael's message, lean on God and the angels for support. I mean, friends, this couldn't have shaped up to a better reading. I mean, how profound is this? And look at Michael's hands are open. He's saying, come to me. Remember, the universe abides by the law of free will, and they can't, they won't, and they don't intervene unless we're asking. This is why prayer and meditation and being able to pause and being in Mother Nature helps you to open up to receiving support. It gets you out of this and into this beautiful, loving energy. So Michael's message says, Dear God and angels, I give you this. And then it says, briefly describe this situation now and completely. Excuse me, let me start again. Dear God and angels, I give you this situation now and completely. I step out of the way and allow divine miracles to shine through everyone and everything involved. So this card is saying, step out of this, pull out and go within yourself. Personally, it may be dietary. It may be adjustments in your diet, not because you need to lose weight and there's something wrong with you. It actually can help enhance your intuition so that you are stronger and intuitively know what you need. When you're eating healthy, your body structure is stronger. And remember, your body is your vehicle to do all the things, right? So as you are taking care of your own health, let it be that you get to. Let it be a gift, because there's a lot of people in this world who don't get that. Leaning on God and the angels for support is powerful. Opening up your heart is saying, come to me. This is where it starts. And in turn, you'll get the successful funding that you need. So if you've been waiting for money, or you've been waiting for things to unfold, or you've been waiting for the clients to come in to bring in the money, leave in the comments, because I have no doubt as you follow these steps one day at a time, I have no doubt the miracles of money and manifesting is going to come into your life as you lean on God and the angels for support. So leave in the comments the miraculous ways that money comes to you, or opportunity comes to you, or you experience. A friend of mine, we joke, we call them golden nuggets. Like, we are abundant and we attract golden nuggets. That's opportunities, experiences, and allowing it to just unfold. It's like we've pushed past our fears and we're open to receive these golden nuggets for successful funding in so many ways. I love it. And again, if this is a nutrition job, if you're being guided towards food and working towards nutrition, as you get out of this space, and it'll create this and your happy place. I love it. I just love how all these unfold. It really is quite amazing. All right, so thank you for watching. And if you've been watching and you feel like the messages resonate with somebody that you love and care for, please share this reading with them. Of course, I need you to assist in my growth and expansion, but again, only from a place of those who want to receive it and understand it. All right. So thank you so much for watching. Let me close space by thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light that assisted with this guidance for you today. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done. Thank you, friends, for watching. And if you haven't heard it yet today, or nobody's told you in a while, I love you. God loves you so much. Oh, and here comes the sirens. Michael didn't want me to forget him because he was in the reading. Michael loves you so much. Call on him. He's the guardian of light. He will assist you on your soul mission and life purpose. Trust in the divine. Trust your intuition. And I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.